Good afternoon. How many of you have a cup of coffee in the morning? How many of you have another cup at lunch? Alright. This topic relates to everyone because we all drink caffeine and we all know that it's not as well for our bodies as we think it is. So the past few months I have been researching all the negative effects of caffeine and what it does and how we don't need to drink as much of it. Caffeine can be good for us, but at the same time, too much caffeine is not good for our bodies. So I've found 3 main points that, the main problems of caffeine that affects our bodies. One of which is the addiction we get from too much of it. Another is we can get dehydrated from too much caffeine. And lastly, we can have headaches when we consume too much, and even we can have headaches before we even consume caffeine. So let's discuss how addiction derives from caffeine. Caffeine causes people to have an addiction to it. It makes them want it more and more each day, but do we really need it more and more each day? I would say no. I think a good, couple cups of coffee or, like a soda a day is fine. We just need to supplement water in between. Dr. Edwards explains to us how addiction affects us and that we think that caffeine is helping us wake up every morning and have more energy, but it really doesn't do that. Just because you feel a little slumped over in the mornings doesn't mean that, let's go have 4 cups of coffee or let's go have 2 Red Bulls before work. I don't think that's necessary, and neither does Dr. Edwards. He thinks, a good cup or 2 in the morning is good, but you don't need to keep drinking it and drinking it, because the more you drink, the worse it is, like I've said before. So I'm going to use an example. One of my friends has coffee every morning, and so when I stay at her house, the first thing she does is she starts a cup of coffee, brews it and everything. And she'll have a couple cups, 2 to 3, and then we go play volleyball in the morning sometimes. Well, I bring water to keep myself hydrated, and she drinks coffee while we go play volleyball, which isn't the best idea because, well, 1, you're addicted, obviously, that you have to have caffeine in your system at all times, and 2, it causes problems with dehydration and stuff. Especially when you're playing sports, you need to keep hydrated or you'll pass out, like I've done before. But she needs to mix up drinking caffeine and water and balance that out. On to my next point. We can get dehydrated from consuming too much caffeine. I know that sounds weird, but it's possible. So dehydration is a serious thing, and when we all do have to drink caffeine throughout the day, we are never consuming anything but bad things, and well, that's just not good. We need to have an even balance of caffeine and water, like I've said, or even tea. Tea is good for you, Gatorade. We don't always have to just drink water because, a lot of people don't like water because it's plain. Caffeine causes dehydration because we are drinking too much caffeine and we are not consuming as much water, and that's not good for our bodies. Dr. Edwards also says that we can have caffeine, but instead of drinking 4 cups of coffee a day, change it up and have a couple cups of water or organic tea and replace those with the amount of water we consume. He also says once we consume too much caffeine, our cells will start to have difficulty absorbing nutrients, and they will also have problems eliminating waste. So it doesn't just affect, us not being able to have enough water in our system, it also helps us eliminating weights and the bad stuff in our body. Last but not least is the headaches we get from not drinking caffeine in a day, and the headaches we get after having too much caffeine in a day. We all have headaches, and we all want them to go away, but drinking more caffeine can make them stop. Is not the solution. I've woken up with headaches in the morning, and I usually eat something, and then it goes away. I don't think the solution to having more caffeine in our systems is a solution. Headaches come from not having caffeine. Our bodies get used to having that every day, and once we try to cut back that initial headache, we get that initial headache, and then we say, oh, I need a soda or a cup of coffee to get rid of this headache, is what Livestrong has said. People that have headaches say that caffeine helps the headache go away, but on the downside, they start drinking caffeine every day, and when they don't have it for a day, then the headache comes back, and then they think the body then says, oh, you need caffeine to get rid of this headache, but they really don't. As we can see, the body does not need as much caffeine a day that us caffeine drinkers think we need. The more we drink, the worse the effect it has. So in summary, as we can all tell, too much caffeine is not good for us because it leads to addiction, dehydration, and headaches, plus many more problems. We can all manage how much we consume and trade water every now and then.